A wise man once said, the will to win, the desire to succeed,
what takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America, to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and 𝑡. 𝘠𝑥, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best. The greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Friday. One of the favorite day of the week for many people. Make Friday a day to celebrate work well done that you can be proud of. Muhammad Ali once said, don't count the day, make the day count. Especially today is the start of the most important week for Bitcoin in 2021. We are going to touch on that, why this week is the most important week. Okay, now we believe that Bitcoin is the best financial instrument for store of financial energy and the best tool for preserving financial wealth. Secret to success is wake up early, work hard, and own Bitcoin. So welcome to Bitcoin Journey to 100,000. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like today. This is streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. We make video on tracking the incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. So if this is the journey you like to follow, make sure you subscribe to the channel, thumbs up real quick, and click on the notification bell so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. I'm very delighted to bring my friend and also my teacher, Dr. Clemen to the program. He is an authority in financial investing and a very well-known teacher to many thousands and thousands and thousands of students around the world. Soon you will find that he is the very best in the world in this topic. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow! Richard, thank God it's Friday. Today we call it the battle. We are counting down to the battle. In fact, we are counting down exactly 4 hours more. We'll be entering the battlefield. This is the most momentous, meaningful, and the most impactful date of our life. And let me give you the numerical magical number, all right? And that is, today is 121121. Wow, reading okay. Left to right, right to left, we have symmetry, and this is a powerful Friday. Thank you for having me here in your show, Richard, and welcome everybody.
Thank you. Now, November is a very, very exciting month, yeah, and especially if you follow our video, we reckon that if 2021 follow 2017 chart, okay, November you'll see a down and then all the way parabolic up all the time. So do not miss this opportunity. Now, Dr. Clemen, this is going to be very exciting. Lots of things are going to happen. We have ETF approval. We have tech group upgrading this couple of days. Now let's start off with ETF. Okay, the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, has until November 14 to give a thumbs up or thumbs down for when it Bitcoin ETF, the first exchange traded fund in a long line or spot ETF, Bitcoin ETF that have applied in front of the regulator. Now, the SEC has delayed decision on this application twice before, and now they have reached the maximum of 240 days review period. They must decide. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is, are you optimistic and why?
Wow, that's a fascinating question, Richard. And you know what? Today is really, we are just like 48 hours away from the official deadline, and that's 14th of November. So let me switch over my screen right here. Here we go. Decision time looms for the first spot ETF, Bitcoin ETF. And here's why an actual launch could be years away. All right. So, I mean, we've gone through this journey over the last 10 years. Every time the media puts out a headline like this, because they want more people to read it, they want more people to click it, and the more want people to share it. That's the reason why headlines are meant to be very sensational. But that being said, I kind of very respect this guy called Bob Pisani. All right, so I met him in person in Chicago, and this is really a well-known, renowned anchor at CNBC. Now, of course, he has his certain insights to think about why perhaps the actual approval might be years away. Now, there are three parts to think about such a very important headline, and I kind of just go down the article so that you guys don't miss out the key salient points, and then I'll give my point of view why there are three possible outcomes out of this 14th of November. All right, so here we go. Dun, 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 dun. The very first thing that we need to know, and that is the actual date. 14th of November, we are counting down exactly 48 hours to that big day. And that will be the Van Eck Bitcoin ETF. And we call it the spot ETF. Now, as we know, we already started trading on the futures ETF. BITO is the ticker symbol and BTF is the other ticker symbol. Two of them already trading. The first one raised 1 billion in one day. The second one raised 10 million in the first day of trading. And now, mama, we are looking at Van Eck. So Van Eck is kind of a nerve-wracking. And of course, the whole world right now is waiting for this moment. And at this moment, while we are waiting for it, guess what? Something has happened in the price of Bitcoin. So I'm going to bring out my chart on the Bitcoin and kind of correlate what we see on the news versus what we see on the pricing, all right? So I'm going to display my chart in a way that you're going to understand this flow very easily. So here we go, all right? I'm going to kind of adjust it correctly. 3, 2, 1, check this out. This is the chart of Bitcoin today. And I'm looking at a 15-minute interval, and everybody kind of spoke out right here. This is at a 69,000 high. Dun, 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 dun. Why did the price of Bitcoin suffer a major dip? Boom! All the way to 62,000. Rebounded and kind of start to move sideways right over here. Bam! Until right now, we're at 64,000. All right. So the drop was premeditated on 11/11, Singles Day. In China, in Chinese, we call it 光棍节, right? So very easy. Remember, 11, major drop. All right. Now we're gonna go back to the past of history and why we need to track this date so importantly. All right. So step one, we are still at step number 1 here. I'm gonna change it into a 1-day candle. And in this 1-day candle, we're going to kind of spread it out. And you can see this, we start from the 1st of November, which counting down from this candle right here, right? So extreme left candle, that is 1st of November. And then right now, we are looking at 12th of November. We are sitting right here today. Now, there'll be major volatility for the next 48 hours. And I'm still at step 1. And I'm going to bring this step 1, move back to the year 2017. So here we go. This is the year 2017. and we kind of spread out our candles again, and we're going to see from the 1st of November, all right, 1st of November, which is exactly here. All right, so I move a little bit to the left. All right, this is the actual chart of 1st November, starting from the bottom left, this green candle, and then we hit an all-time low. I'm talking about just the month of November itself to December. We hit an all-time low right here. Back then, it was $5,325, all right? And from that point onwards, as what Richard has shared, boom, the price kind of shoot up, all right? So we are right now exactly in the same arena. We come back to the article. Point number one, this date, 12 November to 14 November, is a nerve-wracking date, all right? And then we kind of go down to here. What happened to the crypto optimism? Oh, he's singing a different tune. He's talking about pessimism. All right. So we attack point number two right now, right? Point number two, they believe that the chairman of Securities Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, is not going to approve it. All right. And because, first of all, they are just damn slow. They are just damn slow putting their brains together. And more importantly, Chairman Gary Gensler is a newly appointed chair. He has not really found his way around the political arena. It takes some time, all right? With a new political leader, that's President Joe Biden. He's figuring his way out after stepping out of a professorship at MIT. So this is a new kid on the block. He got to find his way around and consolidate his power. The way I look at it is a power game, all right? You got to find ways to consolidate his power, especially his legacy. Then number two, legislation tucked into recent infrastructure bill will place onerous reporting requirements on crypto, all right? So this is again kind of throwing the pessimism onto this whole arena about Bitcoin spot ETF approval. That's point number two, all right? So we kind of understand the backdrop already. And then we go right over here, dun, 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 where he says, and he kind of outsourced his responsibility. I look forward to the staff review of such filing, particularly if those limited to CME traded Bitcoin futures. All right. So he needed for more investor protection. Come on, day in, day out, he's always talking about investor protection. What happened to Enron? What happened to 2008 financial crisis? What the heck is he talking about? For all the protection that you put in, including the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, what are you talking about? The market will still react as per willing buyer, willing seller. All right. So this is just, I think, a technical word that he loves to use and put everybody, really nervous. And then we come down to right here. I spoke about this, about the approval of ProShares Bitcoin ETF, BITO. And then, of course, the Valkyrie Bitcoin Strategy ETF, BTF. All right. So these two are already trading. So it's kind of the highlight of it. Then right here, he's talking about no short Bitcoin futures. All right, that's pretty good. This is no longer about shorting. And then finally, infrastructure bill, a disaster for DeFi. Wow, this is big headline. All right, so this is coming to point number three. So President Joe Biden is going to sign the $1 trillion stimulus plan. And then tucked into the bill, there are two provisions that affect crypto investors. That means to say, if you receive a digital asset worth $10,000 or more to gather information about a person who sent the asset, fill out a tax form describing a transaction to the IRS. They want to tax you, all right? So this is where Coinbase spoke out really loud. A disaster, if I understand it, criminal felony statute that could freeze a lot of healthy crypto behavior like the DeFi, all right? Then, of course, it go on and on about the Bitcoin ETF. Shall we remember it or shall we forget it? And then we go whole chunk of it. All right. So the bottom line, according to Bob Pisani, is going to be a long wait before the Bitcoin ETF. So I've gone through with you the major points right here in this article. And even right now, all my analytics are in front of me. I'm gathering data as I prepare for the battle to start at 7 p.m. tonight. And we're going to fight all the way to 12 midnight. It's a 5 hours long battle tonight, all right? So the latest information keep coming in. So I can only give you 3 clues because I'm not going to unveil to you our strategy for tonight. Tonight's strategy is too important already for any one of you to affect the battle outcome for tonight. Tonight battles is really, really important. So that's the reason why I kind of holding back right here when Richard is asking me, what do you think? Now, it's no longer about what I think. More importantly is, what do the masses think? This is where I'm starting from. What do the masses out there think is more important than what the regulator thinks? Because Bitcoin started without the regulator from day one. Please get this clear in your head. We started in 2008 with no regulator oversight, with no nonsense about all these spot futures, all that, nothing at all. It just started with a white paper. That's it. And it is built for the people and by the people. So you guys really got to know the history of Bitcoin to begin with. And then this whole regulatory oversight, because of a new chairman, suddenly everyone starts spotlighting on this area. Come on, this is like crazy. 2008, right now 2021, how many years has passed already? Over 12 years or more. So take a look at this. The people has already make the first move without the regulators. What the regulators come in right now is just another highlight. That's about it for us. This is not going to change the fact that we are at all-time highest point of the inflation. The market is so high right now, you go and buy a mushroom soup in the US today, it will cost you $30 just for a bowl of mushroom soup. Think about it. That is the real issue. So let us not get distracted. I will going to unveil the full stretch of strategy tonight, and maybe next week we can talk more broadly about it. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you. Now, we have some good news from US. The Miami mayor, not only he's a big supporter of Bitcoin, right? We all know that he want to collect his salary in Bitcoin, but he also making it more interesting and attractive for citizens of Miami to get involved in cryptocurrency by promising to be, that Miami will be the first city in America to give Bitcoin away to its citizen as like a payout as a dividend. Now, if he is doing that, which means to say that the whole country of the whole citizen of Miami is going to have dividends with Bitcoin, right? It means that the whole city has a stake in Bitcoin. Question to you here, Dr. Clemen, is what does this mean for Bitcoin and investor in Bitcoin?
Oh, yes. Great question, Richard. And, we got to split it up again into 3 parts. The first part is, where is the purchase of the coin? The origin of the coin for him to be able to go to step 2 to give a payout in terms of Bitcoin. All right. So we kind of zoom in onto this article, and I'm going to highlight right here. They have launched a Miami coin right here. This is really interesting. All right. So it is called Miami coin. And in fact, they also have a name called, it was launched by this startup called the City Coins. All right. So step 1 in DeFi, decentralized finance, you kind of collect this coin, you buy into this coin called a Miami coin, step 1. Then step 2, because of farming and yielding, you earn your interest. Now, the interest payout is determined by City Coins, as I shown you just now, and the payout happens to be Bitcoin for the context of the Miami coin. That's the reason why they say, oh, we're going to distribute dividends in the form of Bitcoin and get everybody excited about cryptocurrency. Now, as we can see right over here, this is not really a big city to begin with, all right? So I kind of jump into this part here. The city has a population, if I remember correctly, right over here, a population of 500,000 people, all right? So that's where you go, all right? According to Miami Mayor Francis Suarez, as reported by Anthony Pompliano, the city's population of nearly 500,000 residents could end up receiving BTC as a form of dividend. So we are seeing 3 stages, kind of a kickstart by the politician. Step 1, he kind of announced, I want my politician pay to be paid out in Bitcoin. Step 1. Step 2, the city get involved into a Miami coin, and then that means to say people buying to the coin and earning a form of dividends. And this dividends is also sharing with 500,000, step 3, residents of Miami, and each of them will get Bitcoin. So this is really a legacy issue. To me, I read it. He wants to be the first politician in the history of US to kind of pave the way for major adoption of Bitcoin across the United States of America. But you know what? He's only representing about 500,000 population, in contrast to the 330 million population in the entire United States of America. But a great start to begin with. Thank you. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. I mean, I'm kind of very intrigued that, like, you know, they are giving away Bitcoin to the citizen, right? Free of charge as a dividend. Can you imagine, like, wherever you come from, Singapore, to Temasek Holding, say, hey, you know, we make money, let's give some money to Singaporean in Bitcoin, or, you know, like a Zana in Malaysia, giving Bitcoin away to the citizen. So I'm very intrigued. It shows confidence in the Bitcoin. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you invest in Bitcoin, you are not alone. It is not, I say this again, it's not like a criminal thing in the past where people, criminal use Bitcoin and all that kind of thing. It is by legitimate government, okay, of Miami and many other in the world. Now, the next, Dr. Clemen, is that, you know, cryptocurrency is very risky, right? People hacking, you lost your wallet, password, etc. There is one first company, especially in Asia Pacific just area, it's a Hong Kong company that offer insurance for Asian cryptocurrency holding. This will add investor confident to cryptocurrency, because now insurance company is involved in mitigating the risk of investor. So question to you is, how do you see this insurance company that provide insurance for cryptocurrency impact the market?
Great question, Richard. And this is again a first mover by this Hong Kong company taking a step. And everybody right now basically want to plant their flag first, kind of, this is my turf, this is my territory. So we're going to kind of switch over, take a look right here. The company is called 1 Degree, and they put out a very strong press release, Hong Kong firm to offer insurance for Asian cryptocurrency holdings, insurance and risk management for digital assets will increase investor confidence. All right, so we got a big headline that's come out like this. And then I kind of scroll down and kind of see what exactly is the offering per se, all right? Is it more to retail or more B2B basis? So check this out. They got some very big names right here. Multi-line insurance firm 1 Degree announced is partnering with Hong Kong Exchange, Bitcoin Exchange, not the Hong Kong Securities Exchange, all right? Don't get messed up. This is Hong Kong Bitcoin Exchange, all right? To provide protection for the letters on one custody platform. So its custodian service claims to be the first Asia-based insurance provider for digital assets, having insured 100 million in digital assets under Hong Kong Bitcoin Exchange custody. So step 1, who is the customer? The customer is Hong Kong Bitcoin Exchange. Step 1, the customer is 𝐻𝑘BitX. And step 2, they buy the insurance from 1 Degree. And step 3, after they bought the insurance, they can go and tell their clients, hey, for whatever trades that you perform on the Hong Kong Bitcoin Exchange platform, it will be guaranteed. There will be no loss, no hacking, no nonsense going on, because we already bought the insurance from 1 Degree. So this is a game of trust. They are building trust by working and collaborating with an insurance company, all right? So as we kind of filter down, I want to read out like, hey, how does this kind of trickle down to the end consumer, the last guy, the ordinary guy who's going to take a first step of faith into the world of cryptocurrency? So here we go. With over 1,800 licensed asset managers, Hong Kong is home to over 3 trillion in AUM. We want to help asset managers enter this market in ways that enable them to also fulfill their fiduciary duties to their end investors. So there are two parts to this red box that are highlighted to you. Looks like this is more reserved for high net worth individuals and what we call, qualified investors. Now, qualified investors, this is out of reach for most of the average guy out there. So today, if you're an average guy out there today, you will not be covered under here because they will sell the insurance to the fund managers first as the step one. Then this is the point in time you have to ask yourself whether the crypto exchange that you are using today, do they provide insurance coverage for all the digital assets that you have parked within them and under them? I think that is the real question that we should be asking. And of course, this is the first step. You started off from the B2B, high net worth individuals. Later on, you're going to see more and more insurance companies coming into the space to compete and offer a much lower cost offering to the end users. And I think they always start off by kind of selling it to the crypto exchanges first. Then finally, they may offer a smaller portion of insurance coverage for the retail investors themselves, provided they feel they need some form of protection. Now, for me, I feel very, very safe. I just have to do my due diligence on which is the crypto exchange I should be using today. Done. That's it. And I don't feel the need to go and buy additional insurance just to cover the digital assets I own. So my step one is really be very selective which crypto exchange that you want to work with, and then check out further whether the crypto exchange, did they also buy insurance to protect the digital assets we have with them? Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. So here you have insurance company getting into the crypto space. Now, true to his words, the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, sold 5 billion of his share on Wednesday. So today is Friday. So just 2 days ago, he sold. Well, just day after he posted on Twitter about selling 10% of his stake. Now, he hasn't disclosed yet how he will use his fund obtained from the transaction. Will Elon Musk buy more Bitcoin soon? Now, that is a question that everybody want to know. Yeah, will he buy? What does he want to use for his proceed? Right now, Dr. Clemen, what do you think this will impact has on the market, or it has no more impact at all? What do you think?
Wow, Richard, this is a really mind-blowing question to begin with, because first of all, we have to jump into the stock chart of Tesla and see a single move by the founder and CEO of Tesla has kind of giving a big ripple effect on the entire market. So I'm going to start drawing my line right here across the round number of $1,000 per share of Tesla stock. All right. So those who came in, bought in 1,000, exactly 1,000, you guys were all kind of sitting happily and say, oh, I'm sitting on a 20% gain, because 1,000 to 1,002, you're kind of hitting on a 20% gain. So really, really easy to make money, right? But wrong, because this is something we cannot predict from Elon Musk. The day he conducted the Twitter poll, the stock price started to slide. And then right now, Wall Street Journal unveiled the big secret. He has already initiated the intent to sell way before he conducted the Twitter poll. So it's not really a poll by the people that want him to sell. He already wanted to sell, but he needed a kind of people's reason to fortify why he wants to sell massively. Now, end of the day, it's just helping himself to save money on taxes. He needs to sell to pay off the taxes, all right? So the impact right now went up to 1,002, dropped back to earth right now at 1,000. We expect the next few days to drop even further more. Why? Because the total calculation that we made is about $21 billion that he needs to sell. He sold about 1 billion from the first day of the announcement by Wall Street Journal. So if you count from 1 to 21, there's 20 more to go. Boom, 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 boom. And every time he sells, we come back to the chart and we ask ourselves this question, all right? Who are picking up the stocks here? Because he sells, somebody has to buy. and that somebody has to buy is picking up the stocks from Elon Musk. So this is the power right here, right? So this we suspect from fund managers, from sovereign wealth funds who look at it and say, wow, this is like kind of a dirt cheap price. But, you know, I will just sidetrack a little bit because we just spotted a company that is kind of like Tesla at the beginning. I mean, if we kind of look back at the stock chart of Tesla right at the beginning, holy moly, you were getting in right here before the split. It is like the day one of the IPO, the cheap price, right? So this is exactly what happened to this company called Rivian, which is another electric vehicle that just gone and ring the bell, and straight off, you know, most people bought in at a price of $100, and today is trading at $122. It's already 20% up. And their biggest shareholder is Amazon. So I will put it as this. The next target will be Jeff Bezos, because the US government is just so keen on going after the richest Americans to get them to pay up taxes to finance their free printing of the US dollars, all right? And of course, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos got kind of little bad blood over SpaceX and Blue Origin, and that's the reason why I believe, you know what? Jeff Bezos is going to finance heavily into Rivian and use it to compete against Tesla. But we come back to what is the impact of him collecting $21 million. So ready? Here we go. Today, imagine you're Elon Musk, you collected a windfall of $21 billion cash. And you know for a certainty that your money will just keep declining because of inflation. What would you do if you were Elon Musk? Now, I mean, you just need to look at his past actions. You can already see the answer. In February this year, he bought Bitcoin, 1.5 billion to be exact. He bought and he also sold a little bit of Bitcoin just to test how does this whole flow buy and sell? How does it play out? How does that affect the accounting books? How does that affect the reporting to Securities Exchange Commission? He knows the game already, all right? So now is stage 2 of his game. The game of him selling his own shares so that he can avoid or pay or minimize paying less taxes. And kind of with this windfall, how would you go about kind of testing the regulators? And I believe, and I strongly suspect, he will move the $21 billion cash to buy into cryptocurrency, because this is still a gray area, a big gray area, and the regulators are still trying to figure their way out how to go about taxing and how to go after the rich people. So I think this is a great news, because I suspect once he have all this cash in hand, the next thing is he will send out another beautiful tweet about him buying more Bitcoin. Back to you, Richard.
Wow, that tweet is going to bring another $10,000 candle up.
Yes.
Okay, so we never know what he do, but should he put on the tweet? Okay, be ready to benefit from it. Now, I just want to make an announcement again. Right out there's a lot of scam. Okay, and Dr. Clemen and myself and Success Resources, we will never ask you to send us Bitcoin. If you see any notice, even signed by Dr. Clemen or signed by Richard or signed by Success Resources, anybody from Success Resources, you know that they are impersonators. So look after your money, protect your money, protect your wealth, and don't get conned, okay, for the hard work that you make, right? So this is an announcement, warning announcement for every one of you. Now, Dr. Clemen, before I go to ask you the last thing about your class today, there is this news. We mentioned it before, but it came out again, right? Peter Thiel and Rob Arner recently went public and say they regret they did not buy enough Bitcoin or did not get into Bitcoin. Yeah. Now, my question to you is, who are they? They are actually, very rich people, and they are wealthy entrepreneur. But who are they really? And what lesson can we learn from this comment?
Wow, fascinating. And, I want to switch over and let everybody take a look at the big headline. And the big headline started with, "My big miss was not buying more Bitcoin. Billionaire, PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel on Bitcoin 68,000 all-time high. All right. Now the word is more. It's not about first time, but it's about more. He regretted not buying more and allocating more funds to this. And kind of interesting because, you know, yesterday I was reading an article by Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. He started off allocating 3% of his total wealth into cryptocurrency. And he was targeting this 3% to probably go up to about 7% of his total portfolio. But guess what? Because of the current all-time high, it has hit 10% of his total portfolio. The digital asset sitting in his portfolio is worth 10% right now. Now we come back right here and kind of go to this line here. I wish I had bought more. Now it's no longer about wishing. It's kind of a strange because he's also behind this company called Palantir. Right? Palantir is the #1 spying company out there in the US, and he should know the data. So I suspect, you know, if he start to apply his mind into this space. Now, by the way, many of them applied their mind really, really late. I mean, some of you today, for the first time here, Bitcoin, you are second guessing and making certain wrong assumptions. You are thinking like, oh my gosh, these guys like came in like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Hello, Bitcoin was only birthed in the middle of the financial crisis in 2008. Please get this right. And all these superheroes that we are talking about, from Peter Thiel to Mr. Wonderful and whatever not, let me just kind of zoom in right here. Who are all these superheroes? From Paul Tudor Jones, right? And all the way to Stanley Druckenmiller, all the way to Katie Woods, Abigail Johnson from Fidelity, Sharma of Social Capital, Jim Cramer, Tim Draper, Mark Cuban, Jack Dorsey, Kevin O'Leary, Naval Ravikant. You think all these guys like came in like 10, 20 years ago? Hello? They probably came in only like last year and this year only. But I'm showing you this slide. And of course, you know, Richard is asking about Peter Thiel and so on. His name should be here on this particular slide. So let me present to you the magic right now. Ready? If these names that can be squeezed into a single A4 slide that you're seeing in front of you, I mean, you look at the slide. I'm looking at the slide right here, right? The slide. These names can be squeezed into a single piece of an A4 slide and cause Bitcoin to hit all-time high. What happens if I start filling this same sheet of paper with 100 more names, 1,000 more names, 10,000 more names, $1 million more names, more countries, more funds, more sovereign wealth funds, and all these guys start to come in? What do you think? I mean, just for these jokers alone already move Bitcoin to the all-time high. Kind of funny, right? And we haven't even put all the names on this piece of paper. They should be so small. Everybody squeezed into this small piece of paper. But right now, these are the most famous poster boys right now. And it caused Bitcoin to be at all-time high at 64,000. Is this a joke? You think in a logical sense, and all of us just look at it, they are all new kids on the block. They are not even involved in blockchain before 2017. They are new kids and they made their new wealth. And guess what? Many, many, many more are coming in to place their name onto this sheet of what we call legendary investors. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, Dr. Clemen, we know that tonight, you know, you are going to run a class. I will join your class too. This very, very important week. Yeah. Okay. Now, my question to you is there still time to register for tonight?
Oh, yes, Richard, you know, kind of very crazy right now. My mind is like all crazy focused. You know, for those of you who are watching right now, we are officially counting down 3 hours to a battle. All right. And I'm going to start the battle cry already. It's like, this is the most exciting time of our season. And let me kind of connect back to the very first question that, you know, Richard asked me about. my prediction about Bitcoin spot ETF. Now, effectively, there are only 3 outcomes. All right? Approve, disapprove, or wait some more. All right? So let's go through these 3 outcomes. All right? Let's start off with disapprove. And as we know, Bob Pisani, that article that you've seen on CNBC, it didn't just appear in a textual format. It was shown live on CNBC. I watched him live on the TV channel last night. He said it, all right? He said, nah, I don't think it's going to be a long shot, nah. Chair Gensler, nah. He just can't say, nah, you know? That's all he said. So it is already granted and accepted. Whether you're the first to hear it, watch it, or today you first time listening to this for the first time. All of us already know, kind of prepared, it's going to be disapproved. So disapprove is already like kind of accepted because CNBC is the most widely watched financial TV channel on planet Earth. All right. So the first outcome, you guys already know the outcome. Okay. Now the second outcome, delay further for whatever nonsensical reason that they can come up with. By the way, they are the government. They call the shots. They say, okay, we need more time. Let me tell you how much more time they have. If you guys have been following the social media, traditional media, mainstream media, or whatever media that you're watching, right? Are you aware of the fact that our Emperor Xi has met up kind of a discuss with our President Joe? And he's going to extend an invitation to President Joe to visit Beijing in February 2022. To see what? Let me tell you. I hope Joe Biden accepts the invitation because it will be a big slap to him. He will arrive in Beijing for the opening ceremony. Most likely the 2 gentlemen will be sitting or standing next to each other, witnessing the whole ceremony. And Joe Biden will be there scratching his head and thinking, what the heck has happened right now? Everybody is using the digital yuan currency. And he will start to scratch and scratch further. And suddenly, I believe he will have a moment of epiphany. Why are we behind the Chinese? And we are behind the Chinese. We got to kick some ass. Why are the regulators so slow? Because the adoption of digital currency is already here. By the largest, most populous country in the world, China. They're going to go on a big show in the Beijing Winter Olympics. So between now and then, you know, I think the chair has some time to clean up the mess because by the time Joe Biden returns back to America from the Beijing Winter Olympics, he's going to shake the ground real hard. He will see the power of digital currency and he will start the whole movement, preparing the nation to go into this direction, or else there's no way the Americans can compete. I just put it bluntly out right now. How efficient it is when you're trading and transacting in digital dollars. This is the new era. So how do all this relate back? We've gone through scenario number 1, you'll be disapproved. Bob Pisani already said that long years to come. Okay. Number 2, it'll be postponed. I kind of accept it. Okay. Third one, what if he got accepted? If he got accepted right now, what do you think? Right? Because nothing is going to change. Disapprove or postpone, the price will still float around here right now. It's not going to like crash overnight. Hello, please. It's not going to happen. It's really, what has happened has already happened. That means there's only one more direction that's left for the guy to go up. We are waiting for that news. So you decide. You want to come in before, during, or after? You decide. Because we are counting right now exactly 3 hours to the battle cry. And once these 3 hours come in, I'm not just going to look at Bitcoin. We have kind of put together our thinking, our data, our analysis, and our thesis. We're going to look at a few important coins that will shape the future. Now, some of you are asking us on the Zoom chat, Sorry, this is privileged information. You are not part of my warriors. I cannot tell you our battle tactics and strategies. You join me in the battlefield, not here. This is a public domain. We have done sufficiently more than what we should do. Me and Richard rallied the entire movement to bring Bitcoin to an all-time high. Every one of you made money, except those who didn't buy. So we cannot fulfill our moral obligation to you, the viewers, already. Are you aware of the fact that when Bitcoin is 69,000, nobody lost money? Unless you are the cuckoo who bought at 69,000. Sorry, you're not listening to the advice. We're telling you, please wait for this magical moment. 3 hours counting down. So maybe if I will give you the final last invitation in today's YouTube, and that is, may the panelists put out the link and kind of show them, if you still want to join, you got only less than 3 hours, all right? And it will be very, very nerve-wracking for you because we have done the preparation work. But once I start the battle cry, every hour, every minute, starting from 7 p.m. Singapore time tonight, we're going to go all out to fight this monster. We're going to claim our victory. And this is our war cry. And by the way, just to let you tease you a little bit on our little war cry, here we go. Oh my God! Are you ready? Holy moly! And that's the teaser. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you. There you are. Okay, there you have it from Dr. Clemen. And if you are ready to join the very, very exciting journey for Bitcoin to reach 100,000, you can start tonight. So this is Richard Tan. I wish you wealth, health, and happiness in your life. And there's a link there in the chat group. So take a look at it. And all the best, and have a wonderful, 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 wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
We believe that investing in our education
has the highest leverage and is the greatest equalizer.
Regardless of background, everyone can have the same opportunities in education.
We believe in doing what is right, not what is easy.
We believe in anything that is worth doing, we do it with passion and excellence.
We believe that happiness is the key to success.
If you love what you're doing, you're already successful. And that both success and failure are temporary, worth sharing about and even celebrating.
That said, we believe we have had our fair share of both.
Yay!
We believe that when the market is tough, we can be tougher.
We believe the best product should win, not the best sales pitch.
We believe that winners are winners because they don't quit.
We believe that the biggest sin is to make learning boring.
We believe in making decisions and owning our results.
We believe in innovation to continually provide value to all around us.
We believe that together, everyone achieves more.
We believe that real leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders.
We believe that we can learn from our competitors.
We believe that women work harder, do better, and are more confident.
We believe it's okay to be proven wrong.
It's okay to change your mind.
And it's okay to cry when you're having a really rough day.
We believe in giving everyone the benefit of the doubt.
We believe in always saying please and thank you.
We believe that if dreaming is free, then we should dream big.
And then working hard to achieve it.
We believe that if we have knowledge, it's our duty to pass it down.
We believe that we shouldn't teach something we ourselves don't believe in.
We believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
We believe in saying sorry and meaning what we say.
We believe in being high-tech, means adding a human touch.
We believe that no one has all the answers.
Not even us.
But we go find out and we learn.
We believe that learning never ends, and once you stop learning,
you start dying.
We believe that one person
or one great idea
can change the world.
That's why we believe in helping you grow and succeed.
And with your help, we can change lives globally.
We believe.
We believe. We believe.
Thank you for your belief in us.